Okay, hi everybody. We're starting the recording. My name is Michael Tucker. I want to welcome you all to the Manufacturing Virtual Marketo User Group. And we'll pull in some slides today and just dive into the topic here today, which is going to be interactive video assets and building those within Marketo. And our guest speaker today is Alan Anderson, and he's with nFusz, and they're a new Marketo partner that's focusing in this area specifically. So really excited to have you all here today, and so let's dive right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about some group rules for our group and sort of the framework around how we do these meetings. We'll do a quick roll call. I think we're going to switch that around a little bit. We'll do the news and upcoming events of things that are happening in the Marketo world, and then do a roll call. And then after that, we'll hand it over to Alan, and then we'll prepare for our next meeting, which all of you can mark on your calendar, is Tuesday, October the 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern time instead of what we're doing right now, which is in Pacific time. And also keep a note, that is going to be, I'm talking to Marketo right now about trying to set that up around the Digital Marketing Summit that's happening here in Charlotte. And so my hope is that we can leverage some of the talent that'll be at that event to be able to make for a really interesting meeting. That'll be kind of a live remote sort of event, and talking to Michael Guzman from the Charlotte Marketo user group about maybe doing that one together. So stay tuned. We should have some big announcements coming in from there. So really, first thing that we do, just as we start with all these meetings, is to talk a little bit about our group values. And I think these are some axioms and some frameworks just to make a really successful and positive experience for us to be able to interact with each other. The first one is that this is a safe space to be able to learn. And really important, I want all of you to be able to kind of come to these sessions with a sense of humility, to be able to openly admit that there are things that you don't know about the platform that all of us don't know. And somebody, I heard something once where one of us is not smarter than all of us is kind of a neat saying that I heard recently. And I truly believe that that's the case here as well too. And it's a good way to make you a stronger practitioner, a stronger professional. But it also gives you kind of a way to be able to quickly pick up some of the changes that are always happening in this space. It's a collaborative environment, and so you'll note that none of your microphones are on mute. If you have a lot of background noise, I'd ask you to please mute yourselves for respect for our presenter and for the other members. But we openly encourage you to be able to speak up if there's a question that happens, if it's in the session, if it's after the session. Feel free to chime in. If you have something that you'd like to be able to contribute that's of value, that's relevant to the topic, by all means do that, because it just makes for a greater discussion, and it gives us a new perspective to be able to learn from. They should be fun and enjoyable sessions, and that's how I approach my work, and I really view this more as something that I do as a labor of love, and I'm passionate about marketing automation, and I hope you are too. And I think in the process of doing so, it shouldn't be just work, work, work all the time. We should have a little bit of chance to kind of enjoy ourselves and to have a bit of playfulness in that as well too. But then also, that being said, they should also be professional, and they should also drive value. So we're all here to learn something and to be better at our respective jobs and our respective roles. And if that's delivering value for an external client, so I'm an external consultant and I work with other companies. But even if you work for a company as an in-house, you have a boss and he has a boss or she has a boss. So let's be able to walk away from this session with a little extra value that we can take into those respective relationships. So we'll talk a little bit about upcoming news and events, and these are Marketo learning opportunities that might be happening in your area or outside of your area, but they're accessible to you, and if you can participate and join in them, it's a great way to be able to augment what you're learning here and in other areas of the community as well. So the first one is the healthcare virtual mug. We're lucky enough to have the co-leaders for this new mug that's starting up. So just like this one, it's a healthcare virtual mug. If you have access to the internet, you have access to be able to attend this. And for those of you that have worked in the healthcare space or are working there now, you'll know that there's some unique nuances there. So, maybe Jeff or Kevin, if I can, hand it to you for just a quick moment to do, I know you're a month away, but if you have anything that you want to be able to share with people about the session you're planning or what's there, I'd love to hear from you.
Sure. So, Jeff here. Just want to share, of course, we are kicking off just a little less than a month away on the 20th. But we will be going over in our first session just some of the general policies and rules and regulations that are surrounding the healthcare industry. There's a lot that are out there. Some other things in general that we know of, like GDPR, which hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone's there. If you're not, don't worry, you can get there. But looking at things like advertising and otherwise that we all need to be mindful of. So, if you are planning to attend, we certainly welcome your input. Also, any learnings that you can share as far as rules and regs that you are up against. Definitely looking to have an interactive session. Kevin, anything you want to
add? No, not too much. I would say that both of us come from the healthcare space, and we are not strangers to the regulatory requirements that our unique space has. And I think that we're hopefully going to be starting a good dialogue about how we can use the platform and other tools that we have at our disposal to try to work around those and with those and try to be effective marketers given our kind of stringent space that we operate in. So looking forward to kicking it off.
Excellent, guys. Well, great to have you. And, as always, if there's anything that I can do to help, we're all one community here. So definitely would encourage anybody to be able to attend that. And even if you're not in the healthcare space, going to these virtual mugs gives you a good sense of what's out there too, and different capabilities of being able to use the platform. And you'd be surprised the number of times that I've had a client where I've been able to implement something that I learned in a completely different type of business from a marketing automation standpoint to be able to help those people. So these skills definitely port over from industry to industry. The next one is the one I referenced before. It's the Charlotte Digital Marketing Summit. These are a series that happen all throughout the country, and Marketo actually sponsors, I think, the Chicago one and the Silicon Valley one. I think they have a presence at, but they're certainly have been a partner, and they're on the banners when you take a look at some of these events. So this is what we're planning our next event around. Again, we'll be kind of talking with Michael Guzman and some of the people at the Charlotte Marketo user group tomorrow, actually, just about that. And so definitely plan to have a presence there. If you do as well, we'd love to be able to see you and meet in real life. And if not, by all means, tune in and we'll streamcast this as well out from that summit. Still working on location and a venue, but it'll probably be, we're looking at like a hotel suite or something nearby to be able to do that. The Fearless Forum, so you probably saw this before. Matt Zilli, who was one of the speakers at the Marketo Summit this past April, I think it was, or May, just launched the first session on the Marketo Nation community. There's another one that's coming up at the end of the month. So stay tuned for that. You'll probably get an email about that if you have a Marketo admin account. And it's definitely in the community as well. And I think there's a link on this slide as well. So I'll post up the PDFs on this and we'll put a note in the forum for that as well too. Purple Select is a neat program that's starting up with Marketo and Influitive, which is a Toronto-based company. And it's an opportunity for you to be able to kind of get rewarded with Marketo swag for some of the different things that you're doing as an advocate for the brand, if that's yourself. And then it's a couple of people on this call as well too. So that's a neat program to enroll into. And then the other thing is the Spring 2018 release. I can't remember if we talked about this last time, but there's a couple of neat points that I saw in that one. We had a neat product call a week or two ago, I think it was, just with some of the Marketo engineering team about that. Some really great things. Jeff had talked a little bit about GDPR, and noticed that one of the things that was there was a URL parameter for opt-out of IP tracking. So if you add in Marketo_opt_out equals true at the end of a Munchkin tagged URL, That's a way to be able to put opt-out into your programs to help you get GDPR compliance. It's kind of a neat trick of the trade. And there's a lot of other things in the Sales Engage product launch that came up. I'm looking at a session. I think that would make an interesting session to talk about Sales Engage versus Sales Insight. And so stay tuned for that. We'll probably line up something later in the year for that. And Marketo Sky. So wanted to mention that before, but you can opt into Marketo Sky in the admin panel if that's something that you want to be able to test out and see. The new user interface looks pretty cool from what I saw in Summit, but now it's available as an open beta. If you want to be able to test it out, you can do that in the admin panel. Okay, so not to cut into Alan's time, let's do a quick roll call through all of, to get to know everybody here. And really quickly, just want to say your name, your job title, what company you work for, where you're located. And then question of the day is, if you could have any piece of Marketo swag, what would it be? And there's a couple of champions that are in the room with us today, and Marketo champions that can talk about the customized sneakers that they got today during the last summit. But if you could have any, what would it be? So. Let me just pull up a list of attendees here. And Christina, let me just start with you, just because I know you're on here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Christina Zuniga. I'm the Marketing Technology Manager at InTouch Health. I'm located in sunny Santa Barbara, where it's never too hot. Oh, and if I could have any piece of Marketo swag, I already have a lot, but I want so much more. I would say if I could have a Marketo, not just a car cover, but also like a steering wheel cover and maybe seat covers. If I could have my entire car be purpled out, I would be incredibly happy. And so that's what I would want as my Marketo swag, you know, just something small like an entire car set.
That sounds like a pretty interesting episode. What was that old show, Pimp My Ride? Something like that in Marketo?
Oh my God, yes, that's what I want.
Okay. Kevin, right to you.
Yeah, this is Kevin. I am a manager at DaVita, based in Denver, Colorado here. And gosh, those sneakers sound absolutely wonderful, but I am actually a sucker for the simple things. I love those leather-bound notebooks that they hand out. I can never get enough of those. I seem to fly through them, so the more the merrier.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Let's go to Bill McGinnis.
Hi there, this is Bill McGinnis. I'm with Sojourn Solutions. This is my very first virtual Marketo user group, so glad to be here. I spent a couple of decades or more in manufacturing, so always somebody's talking about manufacturing, I'm always ready to listen. I guess the Marketo swag I would want would be an umbrella, since I keep losing mine.
That's a good one. I lived in Vancouver for a while. I know a lot about that. Let's see. Let's go Bonnie. Bonnie?
Hi, this is Bonnie DeGrood. I'm with Jostens in Minneapolis. This is also my first virtual mug group meeting. I am a principal project manager here, actually working more with our marketing team, helping to get our marketing automation underway. So I've been new to this for probably the last several months. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. And I think my swag would be a Marketo t-shirt.
Nice. Definitely see that in your future, and happy to be able to help.
Thanks.
Okay, Emily came. Okay, hi Emily. Can you introduce yourself right now and tell us your favorite piece of swag, if you?
Sure. My name is Emily Hesley. I'm a digital programs manager at Edmund Optics in Barrington, New Jersey, which is just outside of Philadelphia. And I like that leather notebook idea. I'm going to go with that one as well.
Okay, I like that a lot. Let's see. Do we have everybody? I think except for you and me, Alan. Let me just take one more look through this and just see. Oh, no, I'm missing. Is it Anna? Anna?
Hello, yes.
Yeah, hi, go ahead.
Hi, I'm nFusz now. This is my first virtual mug as well, so I'm super excited. I am a marketing technology specialist for Reliance Worldwide Corporation. I am based in San Diego, California. And my must-have Marketo swag would probably be, I'd go with a hoodie. I love the hoodies.
Hoodies are pretty great. Yeah. Having lived in Canada for 20 years, it's a state you have to have a hoodie to be able to survive. So I think what I'll do is to go, and then I think Alan, you're the last one, and that'd be kind of a good segue into handing it off to you as well for the next part of the presentation. So I'm Michael Tucker. I'm a marketing technology consultant. My company is the Conversion Store. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Any piece of Marketo swag, actually, it's interesting. So many people said the leather binder, and I do feel that way as well too. The other thing is, as much as I like writing on stuff and having a nice portfolio piece, I don't know what it is, but sometimes I can be a bit of a pen snob, and having a good pen to be able to write with, really, I don't know. There's something about that actually too. So it's simple, it's utilitarian, but it's very practical from my standpoint. So with that, I'll hand it to Alan. Go to the next slide, and then hand you over control of the screen to do the presentation.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much. My name's Alan Anderson. I am the technical sales coordinator over at nFusz. We're based out of Los Angeles. And if I could have any piece of this Marketo swag, I'd have to have those custom Nikes. I don't want to say I collect Nikes, but I could definitely add that to my my abundant collection for sure. So let's jump over to the presentation. If you would hand me screen share.
Yes. Okay. So, stop share. Okay. And I should go to you.
Perfect. All right. Everybody able to see this okay?
You're coming through to me. Perfect.
All right. So again, my name's Alan. I'm with nFusz. We are a digital tech company based out of Hollywood, California. Our product, our offering within Marketo is the Notify CRM platform. We're an interactive video CRM-based platform. And to begin, I think it's important just to speak a little bit about video marketing to begin with. So just some general figures here. Over 8 billion videos a day are watched on Facebook alone. Over a third of the time that people spend online are actually watching videos themselves. We see that mobile video grows by over 100% each year, and what they're forecasting is that by 2019, pretty much 80% of all online traffic will revolve around video consumption. So really what this kind of means is that if video marketing isn't something that you're currently doing, it probably needs to be. And we need to get you guys going as soon as possible. What we've seen is that marketers leveraging video grew revenue 49% faster than those who didn't. And as the millennial age group, kind of matures, these figures are only going to increase going forward. Just about video, what we see is that viewers themselves retain 95% of what is presented in a video versus only 10% of standard text. And where we get really excited is that interactive video itself is 6 times more effective in regards to viewership engagement and content retention when compared to just traditional video by itself. So what is interactive video? With our platform, we enable you the ability to input clickable calls to action directly within your video content. So that could be a button to schedule a meeting. It could be a button to learn more about a product or service, or even buy the product or service directly from the video itself. We allow the viewer to actually act on emotion when their interest levels are peaked. They can actually complete whatever the call to action may be. But what's great about interactive video is that it also functions as a lead generation tool. So there's several different interactive features that you can leverage through our platform that allow the viewer to input their information. So people can actually fill out forms to get in contact with you, send you an email, provide a phone number, or actually be connected with you via phone directly from the video itself, which is amazing. But what we see is all that those inputted information being funneled back into our CRM and then obviously pushed forward into Marketo. So it's a very powerful lead generation tool that operates basically across all different stages of the sales funnel. And then we see a whole lot of different analytics backing our videos. So if we're sending to specific leads, we can see actually who clicked on what, how long they watched, what their engagement looked like, and we can start to tailor content based on what their previous engagement looked like for our correspondence going forward. And a lot of, one of the big stressors of video marketing in the past is that people weren't actually able to calculate their ROI, but, by enabling pixel conversion tracking and whatnot, people are able to calculate down to a T what their ROI is and make sense of all the different buttons and interactive features they're inputting into their video content. Again, this is kind of the stickiness that I was talking about, being our analytics. For the individual leads, again, we're tracking all those different analytics, and those are being funneled forward into the Marketo platform. But what we're really excited about and what's currently in development is the behavioral AI backing those videos. So while it's not live yet in Marketo, our platform will ultimately be able to start analyzing all the data that's being inputted, recognize the recipient, create a profile for them, and then make recommendations as to what your next step should look like. So really from the marketing side, we're eliminating any of the guesswork and really maximizing our efficacy going forward. A lot of different misconceptions about interactive video or video itself is that you have to be a videographer. It's completely not true. We love, and we do it all the time, we create personalized webcam videos that might be interactive follow-ups, which we'll show you an example of here in a minute. But there's a whole lot of different ways you can leverage video, outside of being in a recording studio with a full-blown production team. It sounds kind of complicated, adding interactive features to your videos. Does that require a specialist? It doesn't. That's what's great about, our platform, is that you're able to pretty much create interactive content in under 5 minutes. It's extremely user-friendly, easy to do. And really just a simple process that you and your marketing teams can leverage. And it sounds expensive. It's extremely affordable, but I know this isn't a sales pitch, so we're not going to get into that. In the B2B space, we see a lot of difference. We see a lot of success. So really the key to success here is engagement. So how can I stand out from my competition? And we do that by creating personalized introductions or follow-ups for clients. What we see here is that these videos are really the closest thing that you can get to having an in-person meeting. The client's going to feel like you went out of your way to create something personable, and the viewer themselves are able to recall with clarity a video they viewed 30 days prior. So creating an interactive follow-up is really going to separate you from the crowd, especially in the B2B space, if that's what you're trying to do. And I'll just show you guys real quick, kind of a quick video example of what that looks like. Just because it's kind of new and unique.
So you just had a great meeting with a prospective client, and now it's time to send your follow-up email. Rather than send a basic email, we found it infinitely more effective to send a completely personalized interactive video. Sounds somewhat difficult, right? Well, it's not. Let's show you how. By performing a quick screen record and by uploading my video to the Notify CRM platform, I can easily add interactive elements that allow my prospective clients the ability to schedule follow-up meetings, send me an email, or call me directly from the video. In the end, this is what the client receives: a personalized, interactive video delivered straight to their inbox. Hey Larry, thanks for coming by the office today. It was great meeting with you. If you'd like to check out some of the products we discussed, click the products icon on the screen. If you'd like to schedule some more time with me, go ahead and click the calendar icon. Or if you'd like to give me a call, I'll leave my phone here on the screen for you. Just put in your number and hit the green call button. Thanks again, Larry, and I look forward to hearing back from you.
So that's just in a quick nutshell what we see a lot of people doing, just to personalize their follow-up. And you kind of got a quick glimpse of what our platform looks like. Everything is highly customizable. So the application is somewhat universal in the sense that You can define what your call to action is. It's not like we're giving you a set list of interactive features that you can elect to leverage, but rather tailor them specifically to your needs, including, button design, whatever it may be. So moving on, again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to stop me. I'd be more than happy to answer anything. In the B2C space, we see some of the keys to having an effective video marketing strategy being that your videos themselves provide clarity. They're going to create value, drive engagement, and hopefully evoke emotion. And me and Michael spoke a little bit earlier about some product examples, some video examples that I'll show you guys here in a little bit that apply more specifically to the manufacturing space, but we'll jump into that later. But again, right, we're enabling you the ability to place these clickable calls to action within the videos such that when the viewers' interests are piqued, they're able to complete whatever your desired call to action may be. We've seen several of our clients drastically shorten their sales cycle by getting people through the funnel quicker and really drive conversion in a meaningful fashion. Within the email video marketing space, this is kind of something that we've really honed in on. The email landscape itself is changing, right? People are not reading their emails anymore. If they do, they're really just kind of skimming through it. So what we've done to kind of combat that is add animated GIF images, and you saw that in the personalized follow-up. We're actually taking something that has motion and placing that directly inside the video. We wish we could send emails or videos directly through emails, but obviously email providers don't allow that. So we've been able to bypass that by including animated GIFs so that their attention is drawn to the fact that this is something that I can click on. And again, that doesn't have to be a personalized follow-up. That could be, it can look like whatever you guys want it to be. It's just whatever you define the GIF to be. And again, what's the benefit? What we love to report is that we've seen increased engagement with our content going forward. So once somebody actually reviews their content, your content, and realizes that it's interactive, they're more readily and willing to engage with your content on an ongoing basis. So people are going to be viewing your content, clicking more with inside your videos, all that stuff going forward, which is great. And then in the social media space, we have a strong presence as well. A lot of our clients, create their interactive videos and distribute it across pretty much every social media platform. Some being more effective than others, as we've highlighted here. Surveying video marketers within LinkedIn, people think that a real marketing revolution is in store for 2019, I put 2018 for 2019 in the professional networking space. 3/4 of all users reported that video was a successful marketing strategy within LinkedIn. And while only 30% leverage video today, over 50% say that they will begin in 2019. And again, getting ahead of the curve, getting your foot in the door, and creating that content to be interactive that you're distributing through your social media platforms has just proven to be a great success. Something to stay away from, while Snapchat has something like 8 billion video views or 80 billion video views a day, really only 27% of video marketers found it to be an effective channel. So understanding the trends as they exist today can really guide your decisions going forward as to which avenues you're electing to market within. And again, I would love to get you guys trying this out for yourselves. So after this is all said and done, please, pull out your phone, shoot a quick selfie style video and send it to me, a simple script, something that's, hi, your name, I'm with XYZ company. Thanks for clicking on my interactive video. Feel free to click right here to send me an email or schedule a meeting or follow me on LinkedIn. Again, we would love to show you guys how easy it is to use and give you an asset that you can actually distribute and see for yourself the efficacy of interactive video. And we'll wrap up today with some trivia, but I wanted to spend some more time kind of going through a couple more specific demos that we put together. One of them being an unboxing video. So we'll kind of work our way through these couple videos. And again, feel free to stop me at any point if anyone has any questions. And then from there, we'll kind of just open it up for a little bit of Q&A. But what I did here is I just grabbed a YouTube video of a iPhone unboxing and added some different interactive elements to kind of show you guys a little bit what the capabilities are of interactive video. So we'll play through this and kind of pause and work our way through it.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Justine, and today we have...
So you'll notice just off the bat, we're highlighting her YouTube channel. So when I click on her YouTube channel itself, it launches YouTube and allows me to
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Justine, and today I'm so...
right to her page from within the video. Going forward,
got the brand new red iPhone 8 Plus. This also comes in the regular sized iPhone 8 version, and they also announced a new red leather folio case. So not only are so many of you guys huge fans of the color red, but the red color
that delivers us to Apple's product page where we can actually purchase the iPhone 8 if we'd like. But what's great is that they don't have to be, buttons themselves. They can be transparent elements.
Color is not just a color. Over the past 11 years, Apple has donated over $160 million to the Product Red charity. Red is a charity that provides testing and counseling and treatments to tens of millions. Freaking out. The news had already broke on the East Coast, and I was just waking up over here on the West Coast, and I was like, yes, they have a black front. The previous red iPhone that they released.
We'll skip forward.
Oh my goodness. That was
unboxing.
And some wonderful literature.
There's literature provided, so from within the video you could actually download. I didn't add anything, so it's obviously not linked to it, but any of the products or services sheets specific. So that's just kind of, again, a quick unboxing video that you guys in the marketing and the manufacturing space could look to leverage. We also put together a quick demo video. Obviously, no one's here from Abaxis. This was a video that we created specific for one of their products when we were trying to engage with them after meeting them at Summit. But we can kind of play through this real quick.
Purchase of the Piccolo Express. We at Abaxis want to stay connected and let you know we're here to help with your new purchase every step of the way. This video is entirely interactive, so just click on any of the icons I've placed on the screen if you need any assistance with your new Abaxis product. To view a video of our best practices on how to use your Piccolo Express, just click here. To reorder any of our chemistry panels, click right here. Or if you have a customer service question, email us by clicking right here. Lastly, if you'd like to get in touch with us immediately, just give us a call. You can use my phone. Put in your number and hit the green call button. You'll be connected with Abaxis immediately. Thank you.
So there's a few different things going on here, right? For each product or service that you're selling, right, you can basically eliminate the instruction manual and allow people to view different custom tutorials that either themselves or users have put together. You can reorder different reagents or products that are specific to whatever it is that you're selling, or be connected immediately to customer support. And what's really great about this phone feature, outside of the customer support realm, is that it can be rerouted to really any number, whether that be yourself or your sales team, a call center, or even a pre-recorded message. Basically, anytime anybody's interacting with this stuff, again, all of that is being funneled back into the Notify CRM platform, and then obviously onward to the Marketo platform. So I'll spend a little bit of time kind of speaking to our integration with Marketo. Again, since we're one of the newest Accelerate partners, we basically just got our foot in the door by applying lead sync. So you're able to pull all of your different contacts from the Marketo platform into the Notify CRM platform and vice versa, and sync your leads that way. And then obviously send correspondence out through our platform to your different leads, fully interactive video that again allows you to see who clicked on what, how long they watched. You'll be able to view drop-off reports. So where did people actually stop watching your video, and all that good stuff. All of our videos are live links themselves. So we see a lot of people doing a whole lot of different A/B testing. So you create your interactive video, you share it throughout all of your different channels, including, sending it specifically to all your different leads, but you recognize that, through the analytics, people just aren't engaging with my content. Maybe it's the button itself, maybe it's the verbiage within the video. Who knows? But through, doing A/B testing, you can see in real time, you can change out the different elements, you can swap out buttons, reroute to different URLs, you name it. And as soon as you click save, since it's a live link, that video is updated in real time wherever it's been distributed, so you don't have to reshare, really do anything like that. We're always looking to enhance our integration into the Marketo platform. So if any of you guys have any recommendations or things you'd like to see, especially if you're looking to leverage our technology going forward, we're more than happy to accommodate that, regardless of how crazy it sounds. But at this point, really, I would love to just kind of open it up. If anybody has any questions specifically, I'm more than happy to answer, and really see, what interactive video can do for you guys.
Great, thank you so much, Alan. So yeah, let's open it up right now. If you have any questions, it's an open space, so you're all unmuted. You can jump in however you'd like to, and I welcome all of you to be able to ask some questions. And let's dive into the topic. This is brand agnostic, right? So this is a discussion on the topic. If you've used video marketing in your Marketo instances in the past, or you are currently, happy to be able to hear about some of the best practices that you've learned from the process. I think that's a welcome discussion just on the topic as a whole.
Absolutely.
So I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say I could probably kick off right away. Was really interested in the demo that you had about being able to build out an email quickly, and I think the use case I saw was a sales rep being able to send out record a video quickly and then send that out in an email. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw that was coming from a Gmail environment, and just wondering if that is supported in things like Marketo Sales Insight Assets on Salesforce, if you could send that directly from Salesforce or another CRM. And then also kind of related to that is, in terms of best practices, do you usually have the ability to set some sort of rules that, your sales reps can only do that on a lead that has a prospective value of a certain amount of time, or a certain opportunity amount, right? So that they're not spending time recording videos for maybe a lower value lead or something along those lines, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so while we're not currently integrated with Salesforce, it's an integration that we're actively pursuing, but that doesn't mean you can't leverage our assets inside of Salesforce. So all of our videos are link-based themselves, so you can create your interactive videos, grab the link and paste that, whether that be just the link itself inside of an email within Salesforce, or you're hyperlinking that to a GIF. Again, those are all going to be videos that you'll be able to capture the analytics, specific to the lead, and basically distribute your interactive videos that way. We're currently building out campaigns within our own platform, and obviously that will fully sync into the Marketo platform. So that's on the horizon and to be released really, really quickly. But with our platform, how it's set up is we have parent accounts and we have child accounts. So for each Marketo license, we grant 100 seats. And really, it's up to you to define the metrics as to how your sub-account users, your child users go about leveraging the platform. So a lot of times what we see clients doing is the corporate account creates corporate approved and compliant marketing materials that are then distributed to their sub-account users for them to leverage, and really that's the only video source that they can distribute. If you enable them to create webcam videos, you obviously can do so. But as it stands right now, we really don't have anything that like limits the sales representative from choosing which leads they're looking to distribute content to. That could obviously be something that would be defined by the parent account, being that you'd only give them leads that are qualified, that have engaged with content previously. But as it stands right now, from the leads list that they have present, there's no way to control, but definitely something that, if there's value from the Marketo community, if that's a feature set that they would want, it's very, very much something that we could create and integrate. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
So just one thing I wanted to ask here, Alan, was gated video content. I know I've seen it done. I've been pitched about video platforms that actually have forms embedded in the video where you can watch up to a certain point, kind of the teaser or abstract, and then fill out for information to move forward with your video experience. Is there anything with this platform or something on the horizon that you might be looking at along those lines?
Yes, absolutely. So, that's another level of personalization that we can touch on real quick, is that, if you offered multiple products or multiple renditions of one product, you can definitely create a decision tree type video that guides the viewer through the buying process. So, you start with one generic video that's further refined until, they're ultimately delivered to the product that best suits their needs. And then what's really great about, interactive video is, okay, here's the product, go ahead and click right here to purchase it. And people do. We are creating gated videos. That's something that we as nFusz have wanted very, very badly, and something that is looking to be released, I would say, within the next month. So those can be gates that, just launch another video, but also, pre-qualify leads, so people actually have to input their information into the video specifically, to be able to watch maybe just the next subsequent video itself. Does that answer your question? Is that what you're looking for?
Yep, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we see that as a huge lead gen tool in itself, right? If you're able to create gated content that the viewer has to input name, email, maybe phone number, contact, phone, whatever it may be, those would all again be analytics that would be synced into our platform, and then obviously forward into the Marketo platform. And we do have two-way APIs, so as you're updating your lead lists within Marketo, that's obviously syncing back into our platform as well.
So you're saying that if you, based on the actions that a lead takes once they get to the video, that we're able to pull data back into the Marketo platform for, say, like score. My question actually upcoming was going to be about scoring, and whether we can use events or actions with the way a person interacts with this video to be able to pull that into Marketo for scoring purposes.
I'm sure, yes. Again, the focus of our sync right now is the leads themselves. So obviously we're syncing back and forth not only the contact information, but also the analytics within the platform, within the Marketo platform. How you go about scoring them, that's up to you. But if our integration is not deep enough to allow you to do that, and again, that's great feedback. That's something that we would look to develop immediately.
Can you tell us about, I don't know if you have this or not, if you don't, it's okay, but what data points you have? So should you have kind of the length of time on a video, or the time code when they attrite from the video, for example? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. We get full drop-off reports, not only globally for the video, but also specifically to the lead, so you can see exactly when they stopped watching your video. But then obviously you can get the analytics that are driven globally by the video to see where the masses are dropping off. And obviously if you see, a significant drop off, that's problematic. That's something that you'd look to either correct in the immediate with interactive features, or, reshoot your video content, for release later.
Okay.
But we can also get, and this is in development right now, is heat maps for the buttons themselves, right? So the buttons are displayed on screen for an extended duration of time. So you'll actually have kind of heat mapping as to when within that duration the button was actually clicked. So, if you see a hotspot at the 30-second mark, you can maybe look to see what your messaging was within the video, the spoken language within the video to refine your video content going forward.
Oh, that's really interesting. Can I ask the audience, have any of you built Marketo programs around video content in the past? And, what did that roughly look like? Was it, are you talking about a default program with some triggered smart campaigns that would kind of look for different data points that were coming in and then kind of have flow steps going out to your CRM? Or does anybody on the call have any experience working with some of these assets in the past?
I'll just go first real quick and say, again, I can't speak to what our Marketo users are doing currently. But again, because our system is link-based and all of our videos are link-based, really the sky's the limit in regards to what you actually do with the video content, where you're distributing it, through what automation platforms you're leveraging. Really, that's entirely up to the user themselves.
So if we put
May
that,
I ask oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, please go ahead. Go ahead, Bonnie.
I was just wondering if I could ask a clarifying question as it relates to Salesforce. So my understanding is currently not integrated with Salesforce, but there is a manual way of loading the link into the email. Is that correct?
1 second.
If we were to go through Marketo?
1 sec, I'll be right back. The housekeeping is knocking on my door.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's happened sometimes too. So, let him answer that as well. But I do know, if you want to be able to put a link into a Salesforce email as you're bringing that out, that is a possibility.
Okay.
Once you get into the integration too, if you do Marketo Sales Insights, and that's part of your connection, you that's an add-on for Marketo, but once you have that in your Marketo to Salesforce integration, you do have the ability to be able to publish email assets for your Salesforce users to be able to use in their emails. So how that works with nFusz and the platform there is for Alan, but that gives you sort of a broad framework, at least from between the connector between Marketo to Salesforce, if that's your environment that you want to be able to do that in.
Yeah,
okay.
my understanding is that everything can flow back and forth between those connectors between Marketo and Salesforce, but that's definitely something that I can run by our development team to understand exactly what that relationship looks like. Off the top of my head, it doesn't seem like it would be an issue to input our video links themselves, but definitely something that I can look at and get back to you on.
Right, and the other thing is, if your platform has the information and you're pushing to Marketo, then if it's in Marketo, we should be able to have that feedback to Salesforce then, right? So if there's some type of reporting, we should be able to kind of go full circle per se with the reporting that comes from your platform.
Absolutely, yeah. That's how I understand it to be right now as well. But again, as looking to integrate with Salesforce in the future, hopefully, those touch points only become larger.
Right. Great. Thank you.
I think what might make a really neat follow-up to you, Alan, if it's possible for somebody on the engineering team to maybe put a post on on our user group and just put in. If you have any documentation on what fields are involved in your API connection, or if you can set up a Marketo custom field and be able to write back information from nFusz as we're gathering that information. So if we can put in date time fields and kind of stamp that engagement information back into the Marketo platform with your API, That'd be a good foundation piece that we could all learn. I don't think we should do it online. I think it's a little technical, but I think that might make an interesting takeaway piece for a lot of people to go to the group afterwards and grab that if that's something that they're interested in doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely connect you with them and provide that information. Definitely. Anybody have any other questions? If not, again, I would love to show you guys, specifically what it looks like for you. So please feel free to send me a quick selfie video, your name, your company. We'll make it interactive, send it back to you. And it's a pretty neat, fun way, to show you and highlight our technology. We're kind of starting a road show right now. Actually, the reason we're in New York is to meet with the physical New York mug, and that's actually here in a couple hours. So we always take a GoPro to all of these different events and film what we call these notify IDs. Film notify IDs with all the different users and send them back to them. Everybody has great engagement with that. And then we're also going to be in Houston this week. So I don't know if any of you guys are Houston based. I don't think anybody said they were. We'd love to see you, as well as we're in Atlanta next week. So, again, we're one of the newest Accelerate partners. Not a whole lot of people know that our technology exists inside Marketo. So right now we're just kind of in a brand raising awareness phase. But would love to show anybody and everybody, our technology. If you'd like to schedule some time with me, we can maybe talk about some more specific use cases for you and your company. But yeah.
Okay, great, Alan. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate that. Let me just jump into one or two last slides before we adjourn here for the day. And let me just do one last takeover. And then we'll all head off into the sunset for our next tasks on our calendars. So we are looking for new presenters. Our next meeting is not July the 19th, it's October the 2nd. You can tell I'm repurposing content here. But that will be at the Charlotte Digital Summit. So we'll be looking actively for presentations during that period of time. Would love to be able to get some real world case studies. It doesn't have to be your entire Marketo instance. So for those of you that are on client side and want to be able to share maybe one element or one program that you're really happy with the results, I think that makes a great takeaway, and it's a good learning experience for all of us to be able to take away in the community as a whole. So definitely open there. And then, one last thought here with our VMUG, may everybody who enter as guests leave as friends. So I want to just thank you all, especially for some of you coming here for the first time, to be able to take time out of your busy days to attend, and hope you learned something through the process. Would love it if you would connect with us on the Marketo Nation community, and also on our LinkedIn channel, and feel free to post up comments or job opportunities that you see, or tips or anything like that. As we mentioned, Alan and the technical team are going to post up some API information about their platform. And just to give you kind of a quick sense of exactly what that looks like, if I do a quick screen share with you just to show you where we're located, if you go to if you go to nation.marketo.com and then click under user groups, then you'll see a list of all of the different user groups, including all of the different ones that Alan's going to be attending this week. And from there, you can search and do manufacturing. We're on the next page, but anyway, you'll see a list of all of the different user groups that are there. So definitely sign up to your local user group and sign up to the virtual user group. It's a great way to help you onboard for the product for Marketo as a whole, if you're brand new to being able to use it. And if you've been using it for a while, a lot of the people, including the champions that are in this room, are very open and friendly and happy to be able to help you with any questions that you have. So feel free to do that. And with that, I think we will call it an evening. And thank you all for attending, and we hope to see you again at the beginning of October.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.